James Clear said something. He said, we do not rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our system. As someone strengthening the execution muscle, how do you navigate that middle point where it feels like you're unable to create? The first thing I would say is understand the script playing out in front of you. So before you begin to try to solve for the problem, before you begin to solve for, oh, I'm no longer creating, I'm no longer executing at this level. I used to do this 3 times a week. Now I can barely get myself to do it once a week. Before you begin to brute force your way into it, take a step back and understand the script that is playing out before you. What is happening? I would say look at the root cause, identify the root cause. So is it physical exhaustion? Are you coming out of a season where you went repeated execution mode, high level delivery? You just kept doing things back to back to back to back. Are you coming out from a season where you just delivered a major project? Are you coming out from a season where you exerted your body so much in that period that you are physically drained, that you're barely moving from day to day in survival mode? It's important to know, because knowing the root cause in this first step will help you in the second step when we get to it. Now, if it's not physical exhaustion, is it mental overload? Are you currently overwhelmed? Are you battling multiple thoughts? Are you battling multiple pressure, mental pressure, maybe from work, maybe from home, maybe in your relationship? The ones closest to us, the ones dear to us, can also be sources of comfort, but maybe also sources of overwhelm. So how are the core relationships in your life? Are you good? So friends will ask you, how are you doing? And you go, I'm good, I'm fine. Now this is the moment you sit back and really answer this question. How are you? Are you fine, really? What are the stressors? Right? Are you stressed? Are you overwhelmed? Are you angry? Are you in fear? Are you worried? This is when you sit again and understand. So I'm trying to do things. I have this big project in front of me. I have defined the roadmap, but I can't get myself to get started. Sit back and understand the script playing out. Is it a mental exhaustion? Third thing would be, is it connected to your environment? Is it localized? Is it location focused? Is it something about where you currently are in this moment, in this period, that is making it difficult for you to do good work or do what you call good work? Is it something about the location that is making it difficult for you to execute excellently? You think physical exhaustion? You think mental overload? You think locational stagnation? Is it something about the environment where you are? Before we go on, it's important to know that it could be any of this and none of this, but something else. But the important thing I want you to do first in this beginning phase is to understand the script, understand what's happening. So this will look like journaling moments. Yes, I'm a journaling girl, so I would always infuse journaling, but not just because I love journaling, because journaling works. So I would say sit with yourself, right? Have thinking time, sit down and think, when did it start? Then if you're able to identify what the trigger is, the trigger might now link you to the root cause. Identify the triggers, you sit and you understand the script. The next thing would be identifying what the script needs. Different problems require different solutions. You can't take a hammer to what a screw is supposed to solve for, right? You can either hit it in or you can screw it in. Or if you use a hammer to where you should take a screw to, you get the same result. You might get a result, but you might have damaged something in the process. When you've understood the script that is playing out in front of you, the next thing is to identify what the script needs. If you are tired, rest. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is to rest. You build into your life rest periods, and maybe this is data for the future for you. So when you are planning your high stakes execution projects, plan in the rest that must come after. Deep work, deep rest, extensive periods of work, targeted rest. Take care of this body. My father likes to call it the Earth suit. So this is our Earth suit here on, here on Earth, yeah, Earth suit. And without the Earth suit, we can't really do anything here. You've not seen a bodiless human being. This is our mode of movement and mode of work. So if your physical body is exhausted, take care of your body. Take care of the body that allows you to do the work that you do. Now, if you're feeling stuck or blocked and it's location-based, change your environment. You've identified that the problem with your low output is location-focused, is location-based. You can switch it up. You can rejig the system around you. You rejig your location to kickstart execution again, to solve for the execution constraints. So Cal Newport says, the key to developing a deep work habit is to move beyond good intentions and add routines and rituals to your working life, designed to minimize the amount of your limited willpower necessary. Now, it's also possible that you are overwhelmed. What do? Speak to your mind. This bit of conversation right here is for Christian believers. Are you overwhelmed? Speak to your mind. Pray. Talk to yourself. You've looked at the scenario and the script playing out in part 1, and you realize that it's neither physical exhaustion, or maybe you started with physical exhaustion, but now you're well rested. Maybe you started with that tiff with your friend, but now you guys are all settled, all is good. But then you're still battling multitude of thoughts. You're still facing this major constraint, and it's difficult to get anything done. And your moods are swinging from high to low to super high, and it's like you're out of order. It feels like chaos. Bring order to chaos. Pray about it. Talk to your mind. Speak the reality that is the truth. What you're experiencing is not the truth. That's not the way the Lord has designed you to work. That's not the way the Creator made you to work. So you speak to your system, you speak to your mind, and you declare wholeness. You speak peace. You call things back into order. Take care of it by praying. Another way, by speaking the right words to yourself. First in prayer, but also in affirmations. Affirm yourself with the right words. Who are you? Who has God said you are? Write it out and speak those words over and over to yourself. For a long season, I had a stick-on note on my laptop that said, I am a wellspring of solutions. I put on that stick note the period I started a new job many years ago, and I needed to remind myself who I am and what I bring to the spaces I occupy. Now, I will reference you to the She Affirms book. Yes, She Affirms, but your missions are not gender focused. But that's going to be a very helpful resource for you as you navigate speaking the right words to yourself. You may also want to talk to someone. If it's so much in there, you've prayed about it, you're getting relief, but you need a hand to hold you. You need somebody to hold you as you fully navigate it. Please talk to someone as well. Now, and if you realize also it's cluttered mind, your mind is cluttered, journal. I've talked about it in the first part where we talked about thinking time. Now is journaling to process your most dominant thoughts. So what's filling up your head? You take your notepad, you take your journal, and you are processing it. Research has shown us that journaling helps to unload your working memory. It reduces anxiety and it restores your cognitive executive control. And what that is saying is that when you take out the clutter, you can function better. So all of those thoughts swirling in your mind, catch them, hold every thought captive and put it to words. That way you're looking at it and you're seeing what you're solving for. You're seeing what you're dealing with. And sometimes really, by the time you're done processing your emotions and your thoughts through journaling, you're freed up. You realize that, oh, I'm good, let's go. Because this is the thing, journaling helps you bring clarity. And with clarity, you can focus. When you can focus, you can execute better. Now the third thing, we started with understanding the script playing out in front of you, identifying what the script needs, and now we talk about the third part. Reintroduce yourself to work in little chunks. In a season of low output, you've identified what's wrong, you fixed what's wrong. Now you want to begin to execute at a high level or at the level you used to execute at. How do you start? Word of caution, I wouldn't say take on the biggest projects first. You need to strengthen your execution muscle. You need to reawaken your execution muscle. And you do this by taking work in little chunks. So I would say use timed project to awaken your execution muscle. So I would say if your ideal project and your execution target used to be maybe like 3 months, a year, I would say take a project under a month or even a week. You can take a week's project to start. After you've done 1 week, you do 2 weeks, you do 1 month, then you're back to the play. You can go again. You can go at the level that you've been operating at. You can go at a high level once again. But this is after you've awakened your execution muscles with short-timed projects. When you get those small wins, it does something to you, releases dopamine bursts. But beyond that, I'm even talking about learning how to do things again. You see, in 2024, November of 2024 was it, till the November of 2025, I was in a season of solitude. I was in a season where I was pulled out from my high, fast-paced doer setup to a season where I sat back. The Lord had called me to come apart, come away and do a bit of grounding work, resolve some things and strengthen certain convictions, but just sit back and do the grounding work. So what that looked like to the people watching externally was I was no longer sharing as much on social media. There were extended period of time I wasn't even sharing on social media. If I come online, it's to maybe read posts, comments, and move out. My output level in terms of content on here was limited. Then I was taking courses. I was taking courses that helped me to strengthen my leadership capabilities, courses that helped me to strengthen my belief, my foundational beliefs as a Christian. And then I was just in that mode where I was learning what life looks like, and I was dissociating my identity from work once again. When that season ended, and by the way, I didn't know what I know now, but the Lord knows it all. God is so wise. But when that season ended, I was brought out, or my first outing was a project, the Made by God and for God conference. You see, it was 2 months to the end of it, and that was what marked the end of the season. Even though if you've gone through a season of solitude, even extended like that, there is a pattern for coming out. There's a way you should come out, and it's not that you can't come out any other way. It's not that it's a rule defined by whatever system, but it's something that helps you to reintegrate. And maybe I'll work on that note and share later. But here's the thing. I didn't know about this in this manner, but the Lord helped me with this project. I was given a project and it was time-based, and it was an instruction I got in that period about the Made by God and for God conference. It happened in November 22nd, 2025 here in Lagos, Nigeria. And it was not just a beautiful experience and refreshing experience for the attendees, for myself too. It was my reintroduction to execution. And then that same year, because I hadn't been online sharing for a while, I had lost my social media posting muscle. I just had no I had no love left for coming online to share. Because this is what happened in that season. I was learning things, I was writing things, but they were all staying in my journal. I was writing and learning for myself, and myself alone. But then when I wanted to come back to sharing, when it was time to come back to sharing, I was struggling with that. Again, the Lord led me to this project, and so we had taken a short trip out of Lagos to Ibadan, and for the 1 week or thereabouts we were out of town. I vlogged the experience. I vlogged and shared on my Instagram. What started as a casual, let's see where this takes us, ended up being what helped me to awaken in that moment my social media posting muscles. Again, short-timed project. And then finally, again this year, March, this was 3 months after. In March, I had what I called Chisom's crazy IWD goal, but to the external world, it was Chiafem's IWD goal. And I set out on a target to get a copy of my book, Chiafem's, the one I talked to you about earlier on, into the hands of 1,000 people. And I even timed it such that it coincided with the Women's Day and some days after. It was about a 1 week, 2 weeks project, really. And getting 1,000 people in that time was a goal. So I was able to deploy my resources and execute on this goal. I also put out an extensive article both on Instagram, on my Substack, which I can link to. that talks about what executing looked like for me with that project. So you can look it out and see what lessons might apply. But those were the things that I did to wake myself up, to get back into the flow. Because it was an extensive period of solitude, these things needed to happen in that way for me to just get back into it. We might differ in personalities, but the goal and the message is central, and that is, if you've been away for a while, to get back into it, time yourself. Use short projects to awaken your execution muscles. Okay, in talking about what to do in seasons of low output, we've talked about understanding the script playing out in front of you. And we've talked about identifying what the script needs. Now we just also talked about introducing yourself to work in little chunks. Finally, I will end this by talking about what you should do before you even get to this season. So I'll call this, build your execution support system before you need it. In seasons of low output, you need human beings and you need support more than you would have imagined. You need support in seasons of low output more than you need in seasons of low output, because in seasons of high output, you just go. But in seasons of low output, you really do need to lean more on the systems you've created. And the first system I'll talk about is your spiritual alignment. Now, if you're a Christian, this is very important. Train yourself to hear and obey the promptings, the leadings of the Holy Spirit. Because every other thing we've talked about, even in sitting down to understand the script playing in front of you, even in identifying what the script needs, all of those are made better when the Holy Spirit is leading you. And another thing that makes this point more important is you might not know you are in a season of low output till your attention is drawn to it. So sometimes your low output season might be what it was for me in that time where I was put away in solitude. If you don't understand that the Lord is calling you to pause, if you don't understand that He's calling you to just lay down the work tools and come apart, come and rest, come, let's do a different type of work. If you don't understand that's what's happening, you're going to fight this season. You're going to put yourself under undue pressure because you'll be moving against the path. You're no longer in synchrony. And double effort, less results is just what it's going to be. But if you're able to understand that, oh, this is what's going on. So it could be for you a spiritual season where you're called to just drop the work tools. Or it could be any of those other things we've identified in the first part of this conversation. But you will need the sensitivity to understand that something is happening. Because sometimes you see people walking on bleeding heels. You are injured. You don't know. You just keep grinding on injury. Just keep working with the injury. And bloodied work is not the type of work we've been called to do. Bloodied work would not yield the type of results you're looking for. Another thing we say, hurt people. Yeah, whatever it is that is making you struggle, you need the sensitivity to sit back and understand this is not normal. You need to know when things go out of sync. You need to know when things move out of flow. That sensitivity is something the Spirit of God inside of you can help you. Now, the part that applies to every one of us. Accountability systems. Now, this is something some Christians struggle with because I have the Holy Spirit. Why do I need another human being? You're gonna learn and life is gonna teach you that you need people. So even before you need them, identify the friends you have that you can reach out to when you begin to follow off your goals. You have friends, and we all have friends. You have, different types of friends with different type of behaviors. You know the friend you're going to talk to and they're just going to cuddle you and, oh, don't worry, it's going to be fine. And it ends there. And there are seasons when we need friends like that. Oh, don't worry, it's going to be fine, and it ends there. And you have friends that are going to also empathize with you. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, it's because of this. Okay, no problems. Now, okay, how are you feeling? Remember, sincerity in communicating how you're feeling. You talk through all of that and they end up with, okay, you want to come back? You want to get back on this goal? How do we do that? They help you to define your roadmap. Please, in your circle and in your life, identify your friends that move like that. They are very important. Friends that hold you, process the emotions, but still lead you towards defining your roadmap, your goal plan are important. And trust me, in your seasons of low output, you will know after you've done the first job of identifying or understanding the script playing in front of you, you will know which of the friends you need. Do you need a friend that will just empathize with you and just, take you out and maybe invite you over to their house for a weekend or something? You know who to call. It's just like, I don't like to think about human beings or relationships as resources in that context where you are just looking at a spreadsheet and you're looking at people, oh, this person will do this for me, this person will do this for me. That feels like a user mentality, or that's a user mentality. But I'm talking about relationships where you've been devoting yourself to, relationships where you've been making inputs into, relationships that you have been building, because you can't pull from what you've not put into. Relationships that are mutually beneficial in that context. I'm saying knowing which friend to call in this moment. So you understand what's going on. You understand the script. Who do I call? If it's a case of being lazy or you just don't want to get anything done, you know who to call. Because you hold them in such a high esteem that when you work on that plan with them, you're going to commit to it. And please, if you have friends that walk through this path with you and you know that you don't have the discipline to commit to the plan that you both spend time to define, don't abuse the relationship. Leave them alone. Leave them be. But when you're ready to move, call them. So this is something I did in 2025. Did again in 2026, and in 2025 I wanted to build consistency with my gratitude list, with keeping gratitude every week. You've seen those gratitude jars, right? I saw the prompt to do that and I realized I can do this on my own, but I might fall off. Let me get a system. Let me create a system that will keep me accountable. Then I reached out to a group I belonged to, the group where the prompt was posted. I said, who is interested in this? Come, let's do it. Two other ladies reached out to me and together we formed the group. And every Sunday, we reminded ourselves to fill in your gratitude jar. Now, out of 52 weeks in 2025, I did that for about maybe 42 weeks or thereabouts. Life happened amongst other things. But that percentage of completion was way more than I know, even with my strong execution muscle, I could have done on my own. But because I had this group of ladies where we reminded ourselves every other Sunday to do this, and where most times I was the one doing the reminding, and other times, my sisters also did the reminding, made me accountable to this goal that we've defined for ourselves. And guess what? In 2026, we made it bigger. Opened up the group again for more people, created a structure around onboarding into the system, right? So now we're about 26 or thereabouts of us, I think all ladies too, who remind ourselves every Sunday to note our gratitude from the previous week. Now, there are systems we've designed to support this, right? The calendar notification where everybody subscribes to the calendar, and the WhatsApp group where we have accountability champions for every week, right? Defined. So the champion for each week reminds the group on doing this. This is a system I had put in place for that particular habit. Now you look at what you're trying to achieve. Some of them you can do on your own. You don't need external accountability. And you go on and you do it. You also want to look at yourself as a person. Some people do not care whether they've committed to other people. They will still do what they want to do. And that's why I talked about if you have a friend that will hold you, please don't abuse the relationship. But just know the type of accountability that works for you. Some people say, oh, if I post it on my socials, I'm going to do it. If that's you, have fun, right? But some people say, I want to tell a friend, and I know with this friend, I'll be able to keep myself accountable. If that's you, fantastic. Whatever it is for you, identify your accountability system before you need them. And I will wrap all of this with notes on self-awareness. Whatever season of life, whatever period of life you're in, I would say it's important to be present in your own life. Be present in your life. Don't let life happen to you. Be aware, even in seasons of low output. Thank you so much for listening to me on this series. Next up, we'll be talking about how to execute on purpose-driven projects in busy seasons. So your life is swamped by many things. You can still do good work. We'll talk about it next. For now, bye. I am Chisom, certified project manager and
an executions and operations mastery guide. Here to support you to live your best life under God and to do the things that God has made you to do.